to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar pointing you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Man Talk Mondays. We are back once again with a hot one for you.
Boy.
And smoking, bro. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I am Derek, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How you feeling tonight, man?
Man, I am still puzzled.
Puzzled?
I'm puzzled, man. What jokes to tell or what not jokes to tell. I ain't trying to get slapped.
Oh, man.
Slapped, bro.
It's a new day for comedians now, baby.
I'm just saying, dude. Hey, he slapped him in COVID age, brother. You can't touch nobody in COVID. He slapped him anyway.
No social distancing, huh?
Bro,
nothing. We gonna get into that. We gotta get into that a little bit. We're gonna get into that a little bit. Let me just remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to participate and join in. Men, women, boys, and girls, you're welcome. How you talk to us, simply go in the comments, leave your comment, leave your question. We can see this. We can see your comment, your question. But this is how you talk to us. But by all means, we want to hear from you. So make sure you fill up them comments tonight. We want to hear from you. All right. Man, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. We got our podcast. It's available. Google, Spotify, Apple, Spreaker, Bullhorn, whole bunch of different platforms. You can go and listen to it anytime. While you're out walking your dog, while you're driving the kids to school, while you on your way back to the office. Because they were getting y'all back into the office now.
No,
you can listen to it anytime. I know, right? You can listen to it anytime. Also, don't forget, we on TV, y'all. You can catch us on BS3 TV on Roku, right? That's the BS3 TV channel. That's on Roku. You find a lot of BS3 content. We got a great network, great content, all types of podcasts and different things, from sports to politics to spiritual stuff to, just everything. We got everything you're looking for on BS3 TV. So definitely go and check it out. We on live right now. So if you want to watch this from your TV, you can go turn on your TV. If you got Roku, you can turn it on right now. See these beautiful faces.
I told my mom I was going to be something when I grew up. Doggone, I'm on BS3. You better ask somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're up to our point where we talk about what's going on in the world today. And before we get into that, we got a couple of people that's going to be joining us tonight for the conversation. First up, we got Miss Rosalind. Miss Rosalind,
hello,
how you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. And we got my man Levantes. My man Levantes is joining us as well. How you feeling tonight, man?
Good night, man. Happy to be here.
Good. Glad to have y'all on. So y'all gonna join us for our Man Talk About It segment. And so we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Anybody and everybody with a TV or even social media knows about the Oscars last night. And during the Oscars, you had an incident that happened that shocked the world. And it became known as the slap heard around the world. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock during the Oscars. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock during the Oscars. I want to know, was he wrong or not? Well, let's not all answer at one time.
I mean, he kind of had no choice because Will kind of left it off at first, but when he looked at Jada, he knew, like, okay, let me do something about this. He wasn't gonna hear the last of it.
So you feel like there was a little pressure? You feel like there was a little pressure from Jada?
It's either deal with Jada or handle business. Handle business.
What you think, Labonte?
Man, I don't know. I felt like man, he had to do something. I mean, first August got over on him. You know, well, first Tupac got over on him first. And then August got over on him, you know.
Oh, wow.
I think Chris he was a perfect height. You know, Chris wasn't gonna give him no smoke. I mean, he didn't press charges, you know. So I feel like if you was gonna smack somebody, smack Chris Rock. Yeah.
So you say he knew his personnel, he knew Chris Rock wasn't gonna, he won't no smoke. So.
I don't think he wanted any smoke. So I felt bad for him because he been put in a lot of positions where he had to like bite his tongue, you know, but when you open that door, man, you know, it swings both ways. You accept, you welcome all this stuff. So, yeah.
Rissa said, oh, no. She said, oh, no. Monique said he was wrong. I understand being frustrated, but he could have handled it in a different way. What you think, Big Yogi? What you think?
Man, I think he was dead ass wrong. And the reason why is because, listen, man, they jokes. Now, and you knew if he used it the way he did, he couldn't have known about what was going on with Jada. And because of who he is, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then you could have walked backstage and said, hey, man, you know my girl dealing with this or that. Or he could have whispered it to him when he came up there. I'm just simply saying it was a better way to do it. But now this is the thing. Will been a punk for the last 6 months. He been memes. Jada been slapping in front of everybody, been waving other dudes in front of. Because if I was Chris, I would have said, oh, you don't want me, Jada in my keep my name out of Jada's mouth. Keep Jada's name out of my mouth. Well, if you keep other dudes out of Jada's mouth, we won't be having nothing to talk about.
Oh,
that's what I would have said.
Oh,
that's what I said. Because listen, I didn't have to look for that information. Y'all put that out there. And because y'all put y'all stuff out on social media, you can't get mad at me for saying something about it. And from what I understand, he had smoke with them from some years back anyway. Yeah. But whatever the case may be, dude, at the Oscars, so you gonna wait to be a nigga at the Oscars? Of all places, it's only 3 of us in there. That's where you're gonna do it. We got a party backstage afterwards. We got all this stuff, and you're gonna do it right there. And he's lucky Chris wasn't but 75 pounds because he was swung on him.
Right. Melissa say Will was wrong. He should have slapped that entanglement situation.
Yes, and everybody involved.
Yeah, everybody
said the time for him to react should have been back then instead of this moment. You think it was a build up? Well, Rissa says Will didn't slap him. That was King Richard. He said it was King Richard that slapped him.
That's how he gonna try to play it off. I got into my character. Oh, really? Well, he also took a beat down in the movie. Let's get all the way into that character. Because King Richard got them hands put on him and feet and everything else they can throw on him.
So, Dr. Selena says he shouldn't have slapped him or handled it in a different way in the back. Handled it a different way in the back. Not walk on stage on live TV. That was not the time or the place. So, how do you think it affected his acceptance speech? Because he got an Oscar right after this. Yeah. How do you think it impacted that?
That fool.
Roz, let's give Roz. Roz, what you say? How you think it? How you think it impacted?
I don't think it took from him receiving an award.
Wait. That nigga cried for 20 minutes on stage. He had snot bubbles and everything coming out. Don't tell me it didn't affect it. Oh, yes, it did.
But now, what I'm saying, people are sympathizing with Will, so it's not like, oh dang, he was wrong for the slap. I mean, yeah, people are making memes and they're joking, but they're like, I mean, if you've been on social media, Will is partying at the party. He's dancing with the trophy in his hand. It's like, big ups to Will. That's what everyone
is an actor.
True.
He is an actor. Got to remember that. He's an actor first.
So Monique said the punch undermined everything he stated.
Because I still ain't found no love. When I keep going back looking at the slap, I don't see no love nowhere.
No love.
He corrected his brother with tough love.
What you think, Levante?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I watched Samuel L. Jackson, like the little nonverbal communications, from the other guys that were like, good job. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I saw. So I felt like he was supported a little bit.
Really?
I mean, I felt like he was supported a little bit.
Feel like he was supported?
I felt like people was like, like that was his wife. He had to protect his wife. Like, where's that line? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that line? So I felt like when he, like, Samuel L. Jackson, they got up there, man, and they were like side, behind the back, little handshakes or whatever. So, I mean, I felt like he was supported. That's why he was able to dance and all that stuff at the after party, So
that's interesting, because it seemed as though his speech took so long because he was trying to save face. Mm-hmm. He knew he had blew it. Right. And he was that's why it drug out so long. He tried to justify himself in the beginning, saying, I'm a protector. I learned how to be a protector from watching King Richard and all of this. And then he started spilling over into a whole bunch of stuff. He started rambling. Mm-hmm. He started rambling. And then he told what Denzel told him and the whole nine. I think it hit him. When he got that Oscar, it hit him how that moment may have ruined something that should have been one of the highest points of his career.
But how you gonna tell us that Denzel told you that at the pinnacle of your career, the devil gonna come? He's meant that for him 5 minutes ago. He meant that for him before he walked up on that stage. He was trying to tell him when he was coming on stage, hey, the devil busy.
Don't let them use you, huh?
I think everybody was shocked because nobody understood what was going on when he walked up there. Because it ain't like he was saying anything walking up there. And like Alyssa said, for now he did that. All the conversations they're not about the Oscar, it's about the slap. The slap took over the whole thing. And then at the end of his speech, he was like, I hope the Academy invites me back. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Cause white people don't like that. White people scared of that violent stuff, brother. Unless they're doing it to you behind your back, they kind of scared of that.
From us, they are. They are from us.
Don't want that. They don't want that.
Mika says, unfortunately, it's a case of misplaced anger. She said it's misplaced anger.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
I agree. He been a meme. Will has been a walking meme, dude. Jada it's one thing after another with her. And she and I agree with Rosalind. She looked up there and said, hey, either if you don't take care of that, you don't want to come home with me tonight. Cause I'm about it tonight.
Yeah. And I think married guys knew exactly what that was. I think married guys knew exactly what that was when Will reacted. Dr. Selena said Chris Rock's statement regarding last night's Academy Award Oscars, as a comedian, it can be difficult to understand which lines are to be crossed and which ones aren't. Last night, I crossed a line that I shouldn't have and paid the enormous price of my reputation as a renowned comedian. Comedy is never about poking fun at or making light of people with major ordeals happening in their lives. Comedy is about using real life circumstances to create laughter and bring light to an otherwise dark
world
situation. Yeah.
But
So, you think he knew about the alopecia?
no, he didn't. Wait, D. What else he gonna say? What else he gonna say? What else he gonna say?
Yeah.
D? He got the SHIT slapped out of him. What else he gonna say? What is he gonna say? He's not gonna say I feel like I was right, because they would say, well, why didn't you do something? He got humiliated on national TV.
I think Chris Roberts counting that money like, if I want to come back, you know.
Right. I think that probably played into it too.
Exactly.
Listen says, but you didn't protect too much at home, or the kitty wouldn't have strayed.
Well, the understanding is he went for she pressured about the open relationship, and he went for it. That's what's going around. That's kind of what's going around now. So you're gonna lose all man cards anyway. Then you keep crying every time I see you. If you gonna slap somebody, man, I'm say, yeah, I slapped you. If you come back the way I'm slapping you again. And I want to thank y'all for my Oscar. I put in work. Dude, don't be crying about it, and don't cry for 20 minutes.
So is he getting backlash from the more mature crowd and more support from the younger crowd? Is that what you're seeing? Are younger people kind of saying, "Oh yeah, he was defending his woman," and all this, but I hear older people be like, "Yeah, he messed up. He blew it."
I'm seeing a mixture of both.
You seen a mixture?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing people got to understand. Wives have a way of pushing their husband's buttons. You'll say, do something, and you don't understand that we're extreme with our thinking and with our reaction sometimes. And by the time we react, you like, whoa, hold up.
Yes.
And it's too late.
Yeah, because I'm sure she didn't want nothing to jeopardize his career or anything like that. But somebody had said when he slapped Chris, he had 40. That's what I heard.
I mean, the moment was, it completely, everybody that got an Oscar from that point, the one young lady tried to have a moment when she was speaking for the community, and it didn't go nowhere. It went nowhere. I was like, girl, you might well sit down. It's over. Okay, Rissa says because the response and support he is getting. Because of response, I don't know. I haven't seen any support necessarily. I've seen a little bit, but I hear more people saying how he blew it, how he messed up. She said
a lot of support on Instagram. Like if you go to Instagram, it's totally different from Facebook. And everyone is like, big ups to Will. When you get pushed to the edge, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Wait a minute. Chris didn't push him to the edge. Jada did.
I mean,
you gonna fire off on Chris? Chris didn't do nothing to you. Chris didn't have no entanglement with Jada. But you gonna spur him? And let me tell y'all this. You know the worst thing you can do to somebody? You know the worst thing you can do to another man is to slap him.
Slap him. Yeah. And see, the person says his peers are supporting him. he gonna get another Oscar for that slap. That's why I said if that had been fake, they should have got Oscars that night. But obviously, it was real.
Right.
Listen, say it was a joke. People wouldn't be able to make memes if you weren't putting all your business out there. You got a point.
That's all I'm saying.
Got a point.
That's all I'm saying.
You live publicly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
you die publicly. Yes.
You die publicly too.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna see this thing play out. It's not over by a long shot. The fallout has not really fully happened yet. So we're gonna keep our eye on this and see how much transpires from this. But let's get to the matter at hand tonight. We're talking about dating with kids. Baggage or blessing? Dating with kids, baggage or blessing? And we got two single people here with us tonight. Miss Roslyn is single. Mr. Levantes is single. Both have kids, correct?
Correct.
All right. A child. Okay. You got a child. Okay. All right. So when you're dating, how soon into the dating should somebody tell that they have a kid or kids? How soon into it? Is that first date conversation?
Rob,
I mean, I've disclosed that on the first date because guys ask, like, so do you have any kids or a kid? I'm like, a kid, you know, and I usually tell them, like, you know, this age, this class rank, and that's it.
Okay. What about you, Levante?
Yeah, man, you hear, you know, I have 3 kids, so, you know, it's always like, how many co-parents? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the bigger question than how many kids. It's like how many grown-ups would I have potentially have to deal with? Like, if I, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's I think it's a fair, like, it's fair game. You really don't want to waste at this point. You don't want to waste time. Like, if someone says, "Hey, I don't want any, you know, kids," like, it's cool. Like, problem. You don't want to waste time. So
does the age of the kids matter?
Sometimes I've had some guys when I tell them, like, oh, she's, you know, 17, they're like, okay, almost at the house. I'm like,
no,
like, I'm not kicking my child out when she turns 18. Okay, and you're not moving in, okay?
Right.
It's like, yeah,
she about to graduate.
Right, like, she's almost at the house.
But rather, you don't think it's a bit different with smaller kids than these bigger kids? Because with smaller kids, aren't they able? You know, you have to almost, you know, soccer games. You're running them here, running them there. When they get older, they're more self-sufficient. When they get older,
right?
So it's a lot easier to navigate around, right?
Yes, it is when they're older. Yeah. So that is something to take into consideration. Like, okay, he might not be asking because he's thinking about moving in. He might just be like, okay, so she might have, you know, a little bit more time.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, to spend with me, yeah.
Absolutely, because if you have y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I've noticed when we have small kids over at our house, it dominates the whole house. Because you have to see them, you have to be worrying about them and watching over them all the time. So if you dating somebody and you say, well, yeah, I got a 3 and a 4-year-old, they're gonna be like, swipe left, swipe right, because you don't really have time like that for nobody, for no dating.
Right.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? When your daughter was 3, 4, 5, did you have time for dating?
I mean, I did, because I mean, I'm blessed with, you know, with family members who are my support system. So if I want to go out, I can ask and say, hey, you know, do you guys mind if she spend the night or watch her on this day? Mm-hmm. So I kind of had a little more, you know, leeway when it came to, you know, being able to go out on dates.
Yeah, can y'all keep my child for 4 or 5 days and I'll be back next
4 or 5 days.
I'm getting flued out.
So, Coach, you say Levante, you say you had 3.
Yeah.
You had 3, so I guess the ages kind of range for your kids.
Man. I mean, maybe you guys just fixed my problem. I got a 4-year-old, bro. So maybe that's the. Look at John.
Because that's a valid question, though.
Right.
Should the age of your child should it pretty much just say, you know what, I need to chill. I don't need to be dating. I need to chill until they can get to a point or to a certain age.
I mean, like for me, my kids are priority. So,
okay.
I don't really that's number 1 for me. So, outside of that, like, if somebody say, oh, before they can even, if they say something about it don't matter. Like, my kids are priority anyway. So, I think, I mean, depending on who you're dealing with, it should matter. Everybody got their right, you know what I mean, to whatever matters to them. So if it matters to them, it don't hurt me either way. But I just think I can see how, though, if you got a 4-year-old, like, that requires a lot more time than a 17-year-old. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, that 5-year-old ain't gonna mean bug them like that 17-year-old gonna mug them when they come through the door, though.
You hope not. You hope not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So How many kids can a person have before you won't date them? I mean, whoever want to jump in
I'm
there.
gonna let Levante.
Bro, I say again, I think it's not the kids, bro. It's the co-parents, bro. How many co-parents? Like,
No.
like, I mean, you think about it. Like, if you got a person with 5 kids with 1 co-parent, like, bro, that's a good little record. You know what I mean? Like you stayed in there. Like, you fought the good fight. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, that's better than like 2 kids with 2 extra adults you got to deal with.
Oh yeah.
So, would you rather have 5 with 1 co-parent or 2 with 2 co-parents?
Oh,
Okay.
So you don't want 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. Yeah, that would be a lot.
That's a lot of bullets.
He said that's all right. So Melissa said, for me, it was more about how many baby mamas do I have to deal with than kids themselves. Okay, so it's not necessarily the kids; it's what come along with the kids.
Right.
Right.
You do need to know, like, if a kid got an IEP, or you want to know those special. Like, if I go to sleep at night, is somebody gonna wake up over me? You know what I mean? Like,
Behavioral problem. Right. Okay, Monique said it depends on your village. If you don't have that support, or if you are in a busy time with the kids, that all matters. Okay. Depends on your village. You got the support, like Rosalind was saying earlier, she have a village that can help her. So she was available a little bit more to go and date. Monica said 1. All you can have is 1. It's 1.
No.
Now go ahead.
B, hold on. Can he explain what IEP means?
Yeah, you got to break that IEP.
Like this.
It's like an individualized, like, education, like, program. Like, I was joking, but like, if you got a kid, I'm just joking right now, but you got like 4 or 5 different medications. Like, if you miss one, they might
snap on you.
Snap on, things like that. Like, you want to be prepared for stuff like that.
So the questions get run pretty deep once you figure out a person that has kids. Now you got to really start examining how many baby daddies, are your kids on medication? Are they on IEP plans at school?
You just want to see their heritage. You want to see their whole little DNA heritage piece. Their whole little folder.
But you won't be able to tell that by the woman, really, because generally, if the kid's crazy, the girl you trying to date crazy, she just got makeup on you can't see it. Funky, do you got something to say about that?
What? What is it?
Because you was next to answer the question. She told me, I ain't crazy.
I mean, Okay, what was the question?
How many kids?
How many kids? I'm gonna be honest. Like, I struggle with that because even though I am a mother, I prefer to date men that don't have kids.
No, you did not let that come out your mouth.
I did.
Okay. Why is that? Why do you say that?
It's just because I know, like, sometimes they can come with a lot of baggage when you're dealing with different personalities. Like, even if he has one, ex who he has a child with, there might be a lot of history there, a lot of problems. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm up for that challenge.
Okay.
That ain't okay. That is not okay.
Okay. Rissa says, is it selfish if one has a child but prefers someone with none?
Yes, it is.
It's not selfish. It's a preference. Just because I know, like, it can be a bit challenging. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm up for that. If I want to be a stepmom.
But you
Some
gonna
people
make
don't have-
somebody a stepdad.
Hey,
he
people
might be,
missing their whole blessing.
fine with
Think
that.
about
He
this.
might be fine with that. I've actually like dated a guy who told me, he was like, you know, you're great. I mean, we went out a lot of times, we talked. He was a great dude, and he told me I prefer a woman with no child. I couldn't do anything about that except say thank you for telling me and sharing that with me, and we don't have to waste time trying to go to the next level. It was his preference, and I couldn't fault him for that. No, it's not being a hypocrite.
Yeah, Melissa said
Stay out
hypocrite.
of the comments, Rosa. Stay out of the comments.
Ivan says 3 is the maximum, and 1 better be old enough to babysit.
Wow.
Hey, babysit for you to go out there, mama. Monica said, I never wanted to date a man with small kids.
Monica gonna miss her blessing.
Okay, so because what about this? Because if you really Monique says, I'm open to the amount. I'm looking more at how the father is parenting the children. Okay, so that kind of plays into the question I have. Because a person has kids, if you're considering being with them, does their financial responsibility to those kids play into whether they're a potential or not?
Yes.
I knew she was gonna answer. I knew she was gonna jump in.
Listen, you do not want a man who has a child or kids and he's not supporting his children.
Okay.
No matter if him and his ex get along or they don't get along, those are your kids. Blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh. And you're not taking care of them, like, no, that's a problem.
Okay, I can get that. And
You can't date me. You can't go on dates with me, and your child's mother is texting you, "Hey, the baby need diapers," and you're like, "So, Rosalind, what else you want to eat?" No, your priorities are wrong.
Okay. So Rissa said, I stand with her because I want to get to this. So where would y'all be eating at, Rosalind?
Don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna eat the fifth. I'm not, because he's trying to go down there and I'm not gonna fall for it.
Why are you pleading the fifth? What's your preference on? What's your preference on dating places, right?
Brother,
So,
brother,
Coach,
you
what you have to say?
You better bring it. You better bring it. You better.
But usually the kids like stay with the mama, so that's why we were leaving it up for you, Rosalind. That was a question from a female perspective. So
Okay, but yes, his
Okay.
finances have to be on
Okay, Ivan said, "Wow, they not up for his kids, but they want a man to be up for her kids. Wow, just wow."
Well, and again, to Rosalind's point, I don't agree with it, but I'm saying that's her preference. Now, so she has to find somebody who's willing to deal with hers, and somebody that don't have them. And that's the trick. That's the balance of, hey, girl, go into your room. Yeah, but so you don't have no kids, right? Because we don't want to go. That's the balance. That's the balance you have to find. Yeah.
Okay, Rissa says red flag for sure. So Coach, on the other hand, you got your kids. Let's say she has a child or a couple of kids, and because it becomes an issue when people get deep in a relationship, especially they get married, when you got to use your money because you still taking care of your kids, but she like, we over here, you taking care of us over here.
Again, I don't play tug of war with my piece, and my kids are priority, bro. Like the kids are priority. Like, it'll never get that far. Like, it'll never make it that far. Like the first negative piece about, you know my kids, man. The first negative piece is like, okay, like you take care of yours over here, I take care of mine over there. I just don't. I don't see how you can make it that deep into a relationship with, because you're going to see some type of warnings at first. Like when people think like that, you're going to see those type of warnings at first,
Well, okay, I agree with you because you should see something.
Right.
But I just think a lot of times, people without kids that date people with kids don't really know what all comes with that.
Right.
They don't know that as a man, if you on child support and hadn't paid, not that this will affect you, but when they take the check, they taking everybody's check. They don't just take yours; they take hers too. And so, and if she don't know that going in, hey, whoa, what's the financial situation with the kids? Because most of the time when we get in, we all Google-eyed and looking at the body rather than what's inside the noggin. So, and then when you find out, it's like, yeah, we supposed to get back 6 G's because I worked hard, I got all this overtime, I did all this, and they come back and they say, thank you for your child support payment. You're like, whoa, we was trying to get a house, we trying to do this because you can't do none of that when you haven't been taking care of your kid like you're supposed to. Now, to both of y'all points, y'all have said that you have to be that you take care of your kids, and she said you have to be taking care of yours. So Rosalind sounds like she know a little bit about that. No. Listen, no. Know a little bit about when you're not taking care of your responsibilities with that other guy, how that works out.
Oh, the impact.
The impact of it. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Clint says, when I come negative towards my kids, the door automatically closed for me. So you come wrong about his kids, that's automatically cut you off. You shutting it down from that point.
Respect.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. My thing is, so the involvement that a baby mama, baby daddy has with the kids, is it better to have more involvement because that means that the kid is taken care of, or is that too much input?
Y'all gonna answer? Y'all want me to answer?
I'm gonna let Coach.
I think like for me, I feel like, so we're already past the point of meeting the kids, right? We're past all of that. Because even just for that alone, like, bro, that's a big step. Like
we're talking about everything before marriage.
So like to introduce your kids to somebody else. Like, you can't introduce your kids to someone and then they only gonna be there for 2 months. And then now the next person, like, I don't know. Like, I think I would only introduce my kids to people that were going to be there. Like, So,
but would you be able to know that they was going to be there? Would you? How would you know they're going to be?
I don't think you would be able to know. But I'm saying we would have to be rocking for a while before I would like bring you into like even meeting my friends, like even meeting my crew, my family. Like, I don't take those things. Like, those things are important to me. So. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the talk of the, lunch table where here you go with another one. You know what I mean? Or so like even just introducing them to y'all, like, I don't know, man. John, what's funny, bro?
Cause you ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be Uncle Coach. Uncle Coaching now. Y'all just not making noise, girl. That's just Uncle Coaching now. He was talking about
So for those of y'all who don't know, y'all hear us calling Levante's coach. He is a coach. So we know him as coach. So just in case y'all hear us say coach, we'll talk about Levante. All right. So Monique says the involvement is needed from both parties, especially if it's long term. Okay. So short term versus long term, how do you know that a person is ready for that introduction to the kid?
Well, you will have to vex that individual. Like, you have to answer all your important questions. I mean, even bringing up your child and asking, like, do you want kids? Like, how do you feel about me having a child of 2 or 3 or 4? How do you feel about children? And that person should want to know, well, how's your relationship with the other person, with the other parent? Like, do you guys get along? Or you having to go to court to see your kids or child? Like, what's the deal? And after asking questions, you can vex and see, like, if this person really wants to take up time with you or not. And if they don't, despite how much you might like them, be okay with saying, okay, well, it was nice to meet you, and let them go. I've always been that type of mother. I've never, dudes I was dating, never met my daughter, never seen a picture. They just knew she has a child. Some of them didn't even know her name. Like, they just know I have a child, because I wanted to see, like, will I like you? like next month. Like, so before I bring you into my child life, or you gonna still be in my life. So I've never been that person. She's only met 2 or 3. Well, he was a friend, people that I've dated, but 3, John. That's all I had to think about it. But
give or take.
one was a friend from college, and I had known him for like 3 or 4 years, so he was a friend. And he hadn't met my daughter until 3 or 4 years later.
Oh, you friends on him? You friends on him already? Ain't no saying you friend. Okay, all right.
Oh, that old friend zone. So before we get to this question, I want to: is there a difference? Because we talked about how many kids is acceptable, and you just try to see if they're okay with you having kids. Mm-hmm. But what if they don't like your kid? And you done got deep into this, can you get too deep into it to where it's hard to let that person go and you just try to manage it too much?
No, because you're not going to mistreat my child. So I'm like, no, we're good. I mean, if you just like my child because of whatever, if they have like an attitude and I tried to correct them for their attitude, or they just don't like my kid for whatever reason, because some people are just weird like that. They just like, oh, I don't like that child, I don't like kids, whatever. So no, bye.
Yeah. Oh, you can't throw away family. You can't throw away your kids. So it's like at this point,
you can't throw family away.
You can't throw family away.
No.
But
you
also,
can't throw kids away.
Kids away, right? But also, like I was thinking about, we talk about the other person. What if the kids don't like that person? Then what? Right?
That's a big one.
So you bring this person around, you introduce, and the kid, you get a side eye from your big baby, Like, what do you do then? Like, what if your kids don't like that person,
Right.
So,
okay. You got some support. Ivan says, Brother Levantes has been all over this issue. Several valid perspectives. Okay. All right. So Paula says, have your kids asking him what happened to Uncle Joseph. Right. You can't bring too many uncles around your kids.
Right.
Monique said, that's no question. It will not work. My child is first. Okay. So, but have you seen or come across people who have put the person that was dating before their kids?
Yes.
You want to go stay with grandma?
Right.
Hey, because we just seen some people do some tragic things to kids for the sake of dating. I remember the lady was some like in the 90s. She tried to kill her kids and tried to blame it on a black man. You remember that? She tried to drown him in the car.
Drown him in the lake or something. Yeah.
In the lake. And it was all she was trying to get rid of him because she had a new boyfriend. Y'all remember that?
That they want kids, bro.
I didn't know she was a man. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's the one when he said, "Show me you love me."
Right.
And they say, make them kids disappear.
Right.
Yeah. She faked the whole carjacking and said a black man carjacked and then he crashed the car into the lake and stuff. But, the whole thing was they found out she had this new man in her life and the kids were in the way of their love.
But I got a question for Levante and Rollins. So you guys, do you guys want more kids?
I would like to have one more.
Okay. What if you didn't want to have any more kids? And would you change your stance then, Roslyn, on whether or not a guy could have kids or not when he came?
Yeah, because who knows what the future holds? Like, I might say that's my preference now, but if I meet the man for me and he has a child or two, then yeah, I'll change my mind.
A child or 2 or 3?
2,
4, 5. What about you, Coach? What about you?
To plead the 5th, bro. Plead the 5th. I don't know. Like, I have 3, man. So I don't know.
So you
and right now, I'm I have 3, and I'm one. You know, I'm a co-parent with 3. You know what I mean? Like I'm just one. So I do a second. That's a whole second.
Yes.
No, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a whole nother dynamic. So I'm not sure, man. I don't know. And I don't want to be. You know, I don't know.
What if she got that fire? What if she got that fire?
I mean, I like playing with fire, but I don't know.
That pie hour.
Right.
Like, girl, you gonna maybe get you pregnant.
So for you, Levante, her already having kids is probably more advantageous because if you get a young lady who doesn't have kids, she's probably gonna want more kids.
Right. So I think for me, it may be, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, bro.
That's a tough one. I can get it.
I can see both. I can see like someone already having kids and you just kind of trying to make that thing mesh versus like having, like I have a clan already, right? Then to go start a second clan. If this don't work out, now I'm one of those co-parent, you know. You know what I mean? Like I have 2 co-parents now, you know?
Yeah.
That's important to me. Like I don't want to build a team, you know?
Okay. Rissa says, coming from experience, my sister and I was talking about my mom date if we ever met him. Then he told her after he ain't it. Okay. So they met him and it was like, yeah, he ain't the one. He is not the one. So Rosalind, for you, since you say your child was 17, right?
Yes.
So she's okay probably with having a younger brother or sister?
She was like, hey, that's your problem.
She said,
don't expect me to be babysitting.
She was like, I'm not babysitting. She's like, do what you want to do.
Okay. So what's her opinions on you dating? Does she support it? Is she like, Mom, I need you to give somebody, I need to find somebody? Or she like, don't be bringing no rusty dudes around here?
Yeah, she's fine with me dating. Yeah, she's fine because she likes to go out. So she's like, yeah, you go out. Do you, so you would stop wanting to hang with me so much, you know? And she's like, do you?
That's
go on
what they do. Yes, that's what they do. Find you somebody so you can leave me alone.
Right. I'm like, you don't want to go to the movies? She's like, I'm good. Okay.
We go get all your friends. We can all go make it a good time.
Right.
Mama.
Yeah, she don't want to hang out with me.
Double date. That's awkward. You talk about awkward right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You got something?
Well, I was just gonna say. Go ahead. We read the comment. Oh, that was.
We had already got that one. We already got that one. It seems like there's a whole lot of dynamics. A whole lot of dynamics when you're dealing with this. So, and I'm married. It's just me and my wife. Neither one of us have outside kids, so we don't have that, you know. So I was just curious. So there are a lot of people that are dealing with this. There's a lot of people. This is their reality, and I don't know. Does the expectation of kids come with a certain age? Like if you meet somebody in their 30s, is it already assumed that they probably got kids already?
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I mean, like dudes are not surprised. Like if I say, oh, I have one, they're like, oh, okay, well, how old? Or, you know, how many? So yeah, it's not a surprise. I mean, when you do meet that unicorn in the bunch, it's like, oh.
Okay. A unicorn.
None.
A unicorn.
Like none. You don't have any. So it's like, okay, cool.
Okay. So Rissa says, what do you do if the kids don't get along?
With each other?
Yeah.
So like blended families?
Yeah, both of y'all got kids.
Oh, wow.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Now when it's time for the kids to meet, things not meshing out. What do you do in that situation?
Well, Rosalind's not gonna have that problem because she ain't gonna have nobody with kids. It's just gonna be her.
Right. She already said.
Let me tell y'all right
She's
now.
looking for the unicorn. She's looking for the unicorn.
Man, that's a
So,
tough one.
Coach, would you wait on the kids' approval of the other kids before?
I mean, that's a tough one, bro. Like, you'd have to do a lot of family counseling, like if you really like that person. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it would have to be some type of like adult. Like I feel like if like the adults can come together and probably come up with a plan on how to introduce them. Like everyone knows, like you're not fighting for like. There's enough love for everybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be your daddy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to. You know, like even in that case, like do your kids call the other person mom or dad? Like I'm not trying to force you to. You know. So I think it'd be a lot of counseling.
So if they got a little fort built up in the living room when you walk by, you ain't gonna walk by and kick it and say, "Look,
like
look, fuck, I ain't your daddy. I ain't your daddy anyway."
Well, hey,
Still getting baby boy.
like what we 17, you know,
Little Jody.
Jody.
Little Jody. All right, Monique said yes, a lot goes into dating with children as a single parent. It takes time, but it can be done. Okay, so Monique remains optimistic in this whole thing. I think because you have a lot of people dealing with the situation, I think most people kind of have to be okay. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially if you get to a certain age and it's expected. And that certain age being 30, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somewhere in the range. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to be expected.
And Mika said it's so many dynamics to this. I guess my answer to all of these questions is never say never or not cancel anyone out due to kids. But if you have 7 kids with 7 different women, go enjoy your life, sir.
Right?
But, you know, one thing about Mika, she knows, hey, if you over this, no. If you got more than that, no. If you got 7 kids, what's up, man, mama, keep it moving.
Hey, 6 is cool because if you get a suburban, you got 2 adults and 6 kids. I think 7 is that point where it's like, you know, we can't.
So Mika, what if he's a man to God? Is he? If he a man to God, is he?
He can be a man to God all he want. If you got 6 kids, 6 different baby mamas, you gonna get one of them that's gonna act a straight fool. One of the baby mamas is gonna act a fool, and she gonna blow the spot up constantly.
It's bound to happen. Yes.
So how do you avoid the baby mama, baby daddy drama? How do you avoid it?
Let's say it's Pumpkin. Let's say Robin.
I got my daddy, my unicorn.
She said, "Get a unicorn." Rosin, I'm gonna tell you where them unicorns usually lurk. The friend zone. That's where you usually find the unicorn.
That's why they've been put over there, because they're unicorns.
Right. The stallion's been out. The stallion's been out breeding. So. Paula say he's probably gonna be broke. Bye, sir. Talking about if he got 6 kids.
All them kids. Yeah.
Right. Reform player. You got a lot of reform players. They hit about 35. They be like, yeah, I got to give my life to the Lord. See if he can help me pay these kids off. Rissa say, so is it harder dating with a child versus without?
Right now, how the dating world is,
it really
everybody's struggling. People with kids, everything. What they say, the dating pool got a little piss in it. It's a struggle.
Wait a minute. If those are the comments from Rosa, that is not the comment of.
I heard about that dating pool though. Okay, Mika said if you're a man of God, God is going to have to do a major work in my heart.
Yeah, with 6 kids. Listen, I don't like I said. I wouldn't count out nobody, but 6 kids by six different women, brother. Ooh, you got to be on the aisle every Sunday. You got to be face down every Sunday when they pouring all over you, brother. That's
a lot. Delivered.
Oh yeah,
got delivered.
Yeah, that's a lot, brother.
But yeah, but to answer your question, you avoid the drama, I think, by staying in your lane. So if you're dating a man, he has kids, keep your opinion to yourself. If he's going through it with her, let them work it out. You can maybe give your input. Okay, well, maybe try to talk to her, this way. Have you guys tried counseling?
If he asks.
If he asks, yes.
If he asks.
But don't, because there's some people that interfere in other people's business, and it's like, let them figure it out. That's not your child. That's their child.
All right. Glenn say, I'm not going to deal with the drama at all. I take care of my kids. Whatever problems she has, she's not going to bring her drama to me and mine.
Right.
Clint said he's a protector. Clint is a protector. He's a little better than Will, though. I say that. Monique said, yes, it does. The old dating pool. It is a struggle.
And he drained the pool.
What Roslyn said about that dating
pool. You need to drain the pool, clean it, sanitize, bleach it.
It needs some maintenance, though. Ain't nobody doing no maintenance on the pool.
It's cracks.
It's got all kinds of stuff growing in.
That is funny.
All right. We're up to our final thoughts. Mr. Roslyn, final thoughts.
Oh, my final thoughts. I mean, to each his own. If you want to date someone, who has kids, that's on you. If you want to date someone who doesn't have kids, I mean, to each his own. It's your preference. When it comes to co-parenting, for those who are single parents, just try your best. Sometimes it can be hard and difficult. It can seem like you're just talking to a brick wall, if you guys are not on the best of terms. So just try to deal with that person to the best of your ability. If you guys have a great co-parenting relationship, kudos to you. Keep it going, because it's all about the kids. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. And those are my final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts, man, I think we're all grown-ups. So have your standards on what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, and try to stick to those. I mean, people break standards for who they're going to break them for anyway, but just do your best to stick to what you say you wanted. Communication is key. And those are my final thoughts.
Wow. Okay. So my final thoughts are, and I this is something I constantly say, whether married or not, try to be the best version of you, because that's what we look for in other people, with or without a child. Be the best version of you, so because it's easier, and that's what we expect from somebody else. Okay, and you can't expect nothing from nobody else that you're not willing to do or try yourself. And remember this: relationships are difficult anyway, because it's about you giving of yourself for somebody else, and y'all trying to become one. It's difficult anyway. And when you sprinkle a child, now you can only have so many sprinkles. If you got like 6 or 7 sprinkles with some salt dashes in it, it's gonna be really tough. But you can do it. You can do it. There is hope. You can do it. But we got to start by draining that pool first. That's my final thought.
Finding the right person to be with is hard in and of itself. And with kids, having kids, you got another caveat that you have to really consider. I applaud those people who put their kids first, because that person could be here today, gone tomorrow. But that child and the experiences that you take them through can affect them for the rest of their lives. So be smart about your dating situation and do not be desperate. You might run against somebody who seems so attractive that you are tempted to compromise your standards. But always keep your child in the forefront, keep your kids in the forefront, and understand that you could set them on a positive track or a negative track depending on how your interaction is with that person you're dating. And it's too much out here to mess up kids today. So let's protect the kids. And that's my King Speak for this week.
The dating pool got piss in it. Hey D, that's the
it
title of the next
does.
show. That's the next show. Well, that hurt me. Ooh, that hurt me right there, D. That hurt me.
Get in there with your
We
mouth
wanna-
closed.
Oh yeah, don't go underwater, no way.
Don't go underwater. Close your eyes.
Well, that is funny. That is funny.
Well, we want to thank Rosalind and Avante for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate y'all input. Appreciate what y'all added to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate everybody that joined in the comments. Appreciate y'all for joining with us week after week and being here for Man Talk Mondays. Real quick, do you have a podcast or something? Are you still doing your podcast, Rosalind? We want to give you
No, I plan on relaunching my podcast. It was
Okay.
called Plant a Seed. So yeah, it
Plant a
came
Seed.
to a halt. But I'm gonna relaunch it.
Okay. Plant a Seed. Be looking for Plant a Seed podcast be coming out again. Avante.
Vaughn _I am Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah,
He's an awesome photographer.
yeah, you know.
Let you see y'all. So I need some pictures taken. I need to holler at you, boy.
Holler at your boy.
Real quick, Big Yogi, where can they find you?
All right, Facebook, I'm at Comedian John Yogi. YouTube, John Yogi. Instagram, Yogi Lou. And you can go to my website, yogilou.com. We got movies, and we sell cars, T-shirts, and they know we don't do on there. So y'all check it out.
He working his way up to the slab. Somebody gonna walk on stage on the Monday.
It's a progression.
It's a progression. That's where you know you made it.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
And for myself, we have Overcomers Empowerment Ministries that we do every Sunday at 10 a.m. We're on BS3 as well, so BS3 TV as well. So you can watch us on Roku or you can catch us on Facebook and YouTube. So definitely go check us out, Overcomers Empowerment Ministries. Appreciate y'all for joining with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It was a blast.
Enjoyed y'all. Gonna catch y'all next time. I'll let y'all. Peace out.